Hey, I'm Chelsea. A few months ago, I went on a trip to Japan with my mom and brought back a whole bunch of goodies, mostly skincare and hair care. And it's been a couple months now, and I've been able to test out a lot of those products. So I wanted to give you my honest review about whether or not I think it was worth hauling back in my suitcase back to the US. If you haven't watched the first video, go ahead and check that out. And to give you some context about my skin and hair, I live in Southern California, which is a dry climate. And I have dehydrated, oily, acne-prone, sensitive skin, so I'm a little bit cautious about trying out a whole bunch of products at once. I only like to integrate one, maybe two new products into my skincare routine every month. I also have quite an oily scalp and wash my hair every other day. My scalp gets really irritated when I don't wash it. It gets very itchy, so I need to wash it that frequently, and my hair texture is it's thin hair. I have a decent amount of it and it is straight. My hair is not processed, it's not bleached or dyed or chemically straightened or altered in any way. So the first products are from Muji. I have been a huge Muji skincare fan since about 2017, and these have been some of my holy grail products that I have consistently used now for about 8 years. So I did get refills of the light toning water and moisturizing milk, both in high moisture. This is the old packaging. They have recently rebranded the packaging for all of their skincare products. And I actually did see this when I was in Japan, but I was unsure of what packaging line matched this sensitive skin line. I will probably never stop using this. If I'm having really irritated skin, I will just wash my face with a really gentle cleanser, toner, moisturize, and that's it, both morning and night. And my skin loves it. So I definitely wanted to have backups of these because I was integrating some new products into my routine. So these have been a godsend. Next up is the mild cleansing oil. I really prefer an oil cleanser as my first step cleansing. This is a 400 milliliter bottle and I've used about half of it. If I'm wearing sunscreen, if I have makeup on, this takes everything right off, except maybe like waterproof mascara. It has a nice viscosity to it, has a really mild, natural scent. I don't think there's any perfumes in this. So it's been really solid for me. And I think overall quite affordable. It is about 1,200 yen for this huge bottle. And again, I've been using this pretty much every day since I've gotten it. It's probably gonna last me another 3 months. And that sounds pretty good to me. I use about 3 pumps of this. I just like having a lot of product when I am really just like getting everything off my face to minimize any additional friction. So the last Muji product that I bought is the Booster Serum, which I haven't used yet. I also sometimes get fatigue with my skincare routine where I feel like there's just too many steps in my routine, even if I've enjoyed like every single product in it. And sometimes I don't want to be spending 20 minutes at night at the end of the day washing my face, brushing my teeth, like minimizing the amount of steps sometimes helps. So I haven't been using this yet, but I hope to get around to it soon. I think this is a fermented ingredient, and I'm still figuring out if my face enjoys having fermented products, which we'll get to in a second. The next products are the Numbuzin No. 3 Essence and Serum. I started using this at the beginning of June, and I feel like I've made a decent dent in both of these products. I've been using it sometimes both morning and night, sometimes only at night, depending on how my skin's feeling. And these products have fermented ingredients in them. I believe the serum has some similar ingredients to the SK2 Essence, the one that's like $250. And again, I've used these products in the past before, so I knew that they were at least safe for my skin, but I haven't really noticed anything transformative about these products. Again, it's only been about 3 weeks since I started using this at the time of filming this video. So it hasn't been a full month for my skin to like cycle and see how it's reacting to these products. But overall, I haven't really been impressed with these lately. I will continue to use these up for sure, but we shall see if I will get these products again. I'm kind of sad because I did like these products a lot when I first tried them. So Next up is the Suncut UV Protect Spray. This is in like an icy sensation, kind of like minty or cooling. And I've used this a couple of times when I've done day trips. I've been to Disneyland a couple of times, and it is a nice size. It fits into my crossbody sling quite nicely. It is very strong as a sunscreen. It smells like sunscreen. If you apply too much or spray too much around your eye area, it has like stung my eyes and also kind of like left a filmy residue even after I've opened my eyes, which can be quite irritating. And it also is quite greasy. I felt like I was very, very oily and shiny after using this. So I don't know if I would purchase this again. I think in terms of like having a sunscreen spray as a reapplication throughout the day, you just don't get full coverage, the proper amount of coverage with a spray in general. Use this to your own discretion. But some sunscreen is better than no sunscreen for sure, but maybe pass on this one if your eyes easily get irritated. Jumping to another spray, we have the Curel Deep Moisture Spray. I love this spray and I am pleasantly surprised by this. Initially, I thought this was like a glorified water mist. I initially got it to be a step that I would use before I did my LED light therapy mask. Because my skin gets really, really tight after washing my face, and you're not supposed to have skincare or any products on your face when you do the LED mask. But this actually has a lot of skincare ingredients in it. It kind of has like a very moisturized feeling to your skin, and I can sometimes get away with not putting a moisturizer on after I spray this on my face. It's really nice. It's super nice, and it's really nice to be able to spray this on my face without needing to like pour toner into my hands and then pat that onto my face. I don't really use cotton pads because I just feel like it absorbs so much of the product. So it's just really convenient to have this as a spray. I wish that I got the combo that came with like a little travel sized one. So I will definitely be looking to get this again if I am able to go back to Japan and bring some stuff back with me. This was really good. Highly recommend. Next up, I have the Melano CC Vitamin C Essence. And I used this for a couple of weeks, but I started to notice that I was getting little bumps on my face, not really breakouts, but kind of just like baby whiteheads, sometimes a little bit of texture on my skin. I would apply this in the mornings before I put on sunscreen. I just don't think I've used it long enough to know if I was getting that irritation or those bumps from this product. The other thing is that my skin is already oily, and so having this on, putting on toner and putting on sunscreen kind of just felt like a lot on my skin personally. Yeah, I don't know where this fits into my skincare routine, but it is quite a big tube, and I think it will stay good for a long time because the packaging has a very narrow tip to prevent oxidation. So after that, I have the Pear Acne Cream. I have used this a couple of times where I have gotten a particularly irritated breakout. I don't get really big breakouts really anymore, thankfully. I have been using adapalene as my acne treatment, so I haven't really felt a need to necessarily use this, but if I'm having a really big pimple, I like to just put this on sometimes multiple times a day just to help soothe the redness, because I also tend to get PIH. Any type of blemish that I get on my skin, whether that's like a cut, pimples, usually leaves some type of pigmentation. So I will see and continue to use this to see if that kind of helps reduces how dark that pigmentation becomes or if it shows up at all. But I just don't think I've had enough time to use this to know if I really enjoy it or not. Next up, we have the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5. This is the tube that I got while I was in Japan. All of the writing is in Japanese on the back. I've still been going through this tube that I've bought maybe back in January. If my skin is feeling particularly dry or irritated, I like to put this on. I also like to put this on when I am using adapalene because that can get my skin quite dry. So I'm still chugging through this and I haven't had a reason to open this one up or to be able to compare if the formulations are different between the US version and the Japanese version. Okay, the next product was one that I was nervous to start and I didn't know when I would eventually get around to it, but it is the VT Reedle shot. This is in mild S50, which is the mildest version. And this product has these little microscopic like Reedles that are supposed to mimic microneedling treatments, and it is the first step that you put on after you wash your face, and it's supposed to help improve the efficacy of all of the skincare that you put on top of it. I was quite nervous to use this before because I had watched a Dr. Dre video explaining the concerns about getting the Reedles anywhere near your eyes. But I did watch a couple of videos by Michelle. If you don't watch her, she's Lab Meth in Beauty Science. She's a PhD chemist, and she started using this product and started to feel safe to use it after like going through looking at the science, trying it out for herself. So I felt comfortable to start using this. I've only been using it for maybe about 2 to 3 weeks. So I haven't really noticed so much of a difference. I think the thing that holds me back from using this more often is I want to be able to put on an active ingredient on top of this to make it more effective. So I've been pairing it with adapalene lately, but sometimes I feel like my skin just feels like it's too much happening, or like I said before, kind of getting fatigued with my skincare routine and just doing the bare minimum. So over the last couple of days, I haven't been using this every day, but it is quite a fun product to use. I'm sure you've seen viral videos of people like putting the dots all over their face. And the mild Reedle, the S50, is quite mild. I really don't feel any type of pokiness when I massage this into my skin. So I feel like I could probably go up to the 100 whenever I finish this canister of it. All right, the last product I have is the Aestura AtoBarrier 365 lotion. I haven't opened this. The pump is still completely down, so I have nothing to say about this. I have a lot of moisturizers that I'm going through, like the Cica balm from La Roche-Posay. I have my Muji moisturizer, so I just haven't had a reason to open this up yet, but when I run out of those, this one will be next. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on to hair care now. And I'm gonna just come out and say that I was actually quite disappointed with all of the hair care products that I bought. And that's just how it goes sometimes. So let's get into it. To start us off, we have the Honey Deep Moist Shampoo and Conditioner. Let me start off and say that these smell divine. The first time I used this in my hair, I could just smell my hair all day. It was like clinging to me. It was clinging to my hair. It was kind of clinging onto my clothes, and it just smelled so nice. So if you don't mind perfumes or fragrances, this smells so delicious. I was kind of obsessed. Unfortunately, I think because of all of the oils that are used in this, like argan oil, Moroccan oil, it was just too heavy of a texture for my hair, specifically my scalp. I get really oily on my scalp and my hair is quite thin. So when I'm at maybe like the 16-hour mark when it comes to my hair, or like day 2 hair, my hair just gets pretty flat. If I go day 3 on my hair, you can really see like the slickness and the shininess in my hair. These products just made my hair even oilier on my scalp, which maybe if you have like a dry scalp, that might be really nice for you, but it just made me want to wash my hair after like 12 or 16 hours, which is such a bummer because it's like already an effort to wash my hair and then to be like, cool, my hair smells delicious, but then I feel like I need to wash it again, which is just so sad. And then in terms of like the conditioning part of it, I felt like I had other conditioners that I've liked that have kept my hair from getting tangled. And so this didn't really impress me both as a shampoo or as a conditioner. I even used it with the hair pack a handful of times, and again, it really just didn't do anything for my hair. It didn't really make my hair feel any more smoother or silkier. Personally, I keep all of these in my shower because my partner is using them, and every once in a while, sometimes I'm like, man, I just really want to smell my hair all day. I will use them knowing that it's going to make my scalp feel quite oily. So that's a bummer. I know that there are ones that are less moisturizing than the Deep Moist version, so I might try those out in the future, but for now, I already have a shampoo and conditioner that I really love, and if it's at the bare minimum, not even gonna make my hair feel any better than that combination, I'm definitely holding off. The other shampoo and conditioner that I bought was from this brand Tsubaki. It came as a pack. I was using it maybe for like 2 or 3 weeks. And again, it just didn't really do anything for my hair. It didn't give me that oily feeling that the And Honey shampoo gave me, but it wasn't really doing anything for the ends of my hair. So eventually I just like put it down, or I was using only the shampoo, but even then, like the combination I have right now is just like really solid. So I eventually put that down, and when we get through the And Honey stuff, I'll just put these in the shower, and then my partner will probably use those up too. The last hair care product I got was actually a refill for the Fino Premium Touch Hair Mask. This is in my Holy Grail combo right now, and nothing I've tried so far has beat this. The shampoo I'm using right now is actually a L'Oreal one, and it has this specific ingredient in it that is really great for water retention. It's like $6 for a huge bottle that you can get at, like any major box store. And it was an ingredient that was recommended again by Michelle at Lab Muffin Beauty Science. So I will link that video for you all to watch it if you are curious, but it's just really nice that that combination makes my hair feel really clean. And it also, this does smell really good. The scent doesn't cling to my hair like the And Honey stuff does, but it still smells quite luxurious. So highly recommend. The next category of products that I bought were kind of special care products that don't really fit into skincare or hair care. And the first one is this Eyebon eye wash. This is to help rinse your eyes after you wear contacts or if you're having really irritated eyes. I was looking for this specifically because I was getting really irritated eyes from seasonal allergies, and I just kept accidentally rubbing my eyes and making them more irritated. I like this because if my eyes are a little bit red, it does kind of like clear them up, and it does feel nice to be able to use these after I maybe like had a lot of makeup on and like washed my face, but I feel like there's still stuff around or in my eyes. It's quite easy to use, and it is quite a big bottle, so I'm just really glad to have this in my routine, knowing that I tend to rub my eyes a lot. So just to have a backup of something that can help flush out whatever is in my eyes. Next, I have this Atrix Hand Milk, which is a moisturizer that you can use after washing your hands. You actually apply this to your hands while your hands are still wet, and then you rinse this product off, and it helps create like a moisture barrier on your skin. I have kept this in the kitchen because I do wash my hands a lot while I'm in the kitchen, but I actually think I need to move this into my bathroom because I don't like the thought of having residue or like skincare on my hands while I'm in the kitchen and I'm like cooking and handling food. So that's my bad. I've only used this a couple of times, even though I see it every day, but I need to put it in a better spot so that I actually use it. So, but I do think that this works. It does leave a nice, not really a film, but it does leave like kind of a cushiony feeling on my hands so that they don't feel cracked and dry after washing my hands so much. The last category of products are makeup products, and I'm actually just going to transition to me doing my makeup and talking about these products because I think it'll make more sense. All right, let's get into my makeup routine. I do pretty basic stuff, so I'm not a makeup hobbyist at all. Don't come for me, okay? But yes, we're also on day 2 hair to give you a sense compared to last night when I was filming that segment. We're looking flat, we're looking extra round, but that's okay. I'm not gonna wash my hair until tomorrow. So I'm gonna go through my whole makeup routine and then point out the things that I bought in Japan and how I've been liking them. But to start off with my base, this is the Misha BB cream. I really love this stuff. I'm really happy to have found it. I just like to have a little bit more evenness across my face. I don't use brushes either because I literally cannot be bothered to wash makeup brushes. It just doesn't, like, I can't keep them clean. I don't have the habits to keep them clean and to wash them. Same with like a sponge. And it is just a BB cream, so it's not like I'm trying to get like super full coverage at all. I would say this is like medium coverage. It helps even out a lot of my skin tone. And right now, if you can see, this usually is what my skin ends up looking like. I've had a lot of irritation and like scarring from breakouts, just like the underlayer of like broken capillaries and stuff. Okay, I think today we're also gonna do blush. I really like the Rare Beauty blush. This stuff is crazy pigmented, and this is in the shade Joy. I figured out the way that I like to apply this is to put a dot on the back of my hand, and then I pick some up with my finger and I like blend it out, and then I like to slowly build it up this way. I definitely would put way too much of this on when I first started using it, but I think now I finally figured it out, and then I'll just go back and like pick up more pigment. Yeah, this stuff like goes such a long way. I probably use like a third of the dot that ends up on the back of my hand. I like to put some on my nose too. I like to have a lot of blush on, so it looks pretty good. And yeah, most of it is still on the back of my hand, so it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna go wash my hands. The Muji oil cleanser is really great at removing makeup. That was the only thing I used on the back of my head, and there's no staining or anything, which is really nice, and it washes up very nicely, very clean. So one of the products I bought in Japan was the Decorte loose powder, and I do like this quite a lot. It comes with a poof, which is what I like to use. I like to tap some out into the lid. It is a translucent powder. Sometimes it does leave kind of like a powdery finish on me. I also think it has a little bit of a pinky undertone to it, and my skin tone leans more golden olive. So sometimes I think it makes me look a little bit ashy, but I think as the day goes on and the powder kind of settles into my skin, it becomes less obvious. So I think it just looks like that right now. It's pretty convenient to use, and the jar is like massive. So I think this is going to last years, which is kind of crazy. All right, let's do my brows next. Right now I'm using the Kosas brow pencil. I'm not really picky when it comes to brow products. I have quite unruly brows. They like to point downwards. They grow really fast, but I don't think they're necessarily, I mean, they're obviously not sparse in any way, but I don't try to do anything like the soap brow or anything. I just don't want my face to look washed out on camera. So I just fill them in a little bit. And then I'm right now using the e.l.f. brow gel to keep them in place. Like, is this the strongest staying powder of a brow gel? No. Up next, I'm gonna do my eyes with the Love Liner liquid eyeliner, if it'll focus. I will say I haven't used this so much, but I think it is quite light in color. I was a little worried about that when I bought it, that it wasn't going to show up. I wanted my liner to be subtle, but this is quite faint, but it does add some nice definition to my eyelid. I mean, I guess if we look right, just some nice definition. So I think I'm just not used to using a brown liner compared to a black eyeliner, of course. And I usually don't wear liquid liner because I don't like to do liner when I have glasses on, because I feel like my glasses ends up being the focal point of my face, but I would say not bad. Not bad at all. All right, and then the last products that I got in Japan with their Hero and Make mascaras. They want to focus. So usually I get the Volume Up mascara, but I actually just realized now that I got 2 of the Long Up mascara, so more of a lengthening style. So now I guess I have 2 in brown and in black. I usually wear black mascara when I have glasses on because I think it defines my eyes nicely behind my glasses, but today we're gonna do brown. So I can tell the difference between the effect of the Long Up and the Volume Up. The Long Up definitely is nice, but I like the Volume Up more because it does add some nice thickness to my lashes, but they also lengthen them a little bit, versus the Long Up mascara does not clump up as much. But I think the thing that I like about the Volume Up mascara anyways is that it's not clumpy to begin with. I think it adds a nice amount of definition to my lashes without being clumpy. I mean, the brown mascara is definitely more subtle than the black mascara, so there's that. So I'm gonna finish off with the Summer Fridays lip balm in brown sugar. This is like a My Lips But Better color, and I do like how it does feel like a balm. Like, it doesn't really feel like a lippy in any way. It does feel like lip balm to me, kind of like Aquaphor. But yeah, here is the finished makeup look. Again, I'm not really a makeup person at all, and I don't really experiment too much with my makeup, but I have been enjoying the products that I got in Japan. So I think it is now time to take a little snack break if you'd be down to join me. Thank you so much to Sakura Co and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this portion of the video. I'm really excited to open up the snack boxes this month, so let's get into it. Sakura Co and Tokyo Treat are both Japanese snack boxes directly from Japan that offer a variety of snacks that are curated each and every month with a specific theme. I've been a paying customer of Sakura Co for 6 months now, so I'm very excited that I get to partner with them and share some more Japanese snacks with you. Ooh, okay. This month's theme is Mount Fuji in summertime. Cool. One of the things that I really appreciate about Sakura Co and Tokyo Treats is not only do they describe what all of the snacks are so that you know what you're eating, but it also includes allergen information. So usually when I get a box, the first thing I do is I flip through the booklet and take note of what snacks I can't eat because I have allergies to shellfish, dairy, and nuts. So I'm just really glad that I know that I'm going to be safe eating the snacks in this box. We're going to brew this tea. It's a brown rice tea. And then here is our dishware item this month. Let's see. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Look at that. All right, let's get into the Tokyo Treat box now. Whoa. Harajuku Snack Venture. Oh my gosh, are these gonna be like all soft and colorful treats? Ooh, this month's Kit Kat flavor is cookies and cream. And again, we're checking the allergen information, so it looks like I can eat these, which is excellent. Salted lemon pretzel sticks. Oh my God, I've never had this flavor of pretz. Pretz are some of my favorite salty snacks. So, oh my gosh, here's the cookies and cream. All right, it's finally time to try some snacks, but first let's try out this tea. This is a brown rice tea with matcha in it. Okay, I want to try the Tokyo Treat snacks out first. So we're gonna try out these salty lemon pretz. It does have a lemony scent to it, so. There is this citrusy lemon flavor as well, but not in a sweet or even a sour way, just in a like salty lemon way, which is exactly what this flavor is. So now we have to get into the Kit Kats. Cookies and cream. We have to go call David as well so he can join us. It is a cookies and cream Kit Kat.
Oh boy. Speaking my language.
Ooh.
That's gonna be good. Yep, I was right. It's everything I want. That's great. Almost a little too sweet, but very good.
But very good. Yeah, it has that nice creamy coating. Well, thank you for eating some snacks with me.
Of course, at your service.
I think it's time for some tea now. This is the brown rice tea with matcha. Ooh, it's very good. It kind of has a toasty flavor profile to it, and I think that's probably from the brown rice. So the last snack we're gonna try are these sugar candies. They're called kohakuto. It sounds like a hard candy. And they're shaped like Fujisan. So let's see. Very crunchy on the outside, but you kind of just like crack into it. It's quite thin of a texture, and then you just get this very soft jelly-like texture. Not chewy or gummy-like, just like a nice soft jelly. Oh, very delicious. If you'd like to try out these snacks for yourself, you can use my discount code to get $5 off your first order. Thank you again to Sakurako and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this part of the video, and let's get back to what we were talking about last night. And that's everything that I've been using since I brought them back from Japan. I feel like I've done a decent job of actually trying everything out and committing to using everything. If you like this video, please leave me a comment and let me know what products you've been enjoying or liking. This is primarily a gaming channel, so it doesn't really fit into the other types of content that I've been making, but I would still love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye!